meteorologist Brian Davis and your Storm Team 2 forecast.
And here's your forecast this evening. It looks like dry weather here in the Dayton area. Partly cloudy skies. Temperatures slipping off into the low 70s by 11 o'clock. But we do have a couple of spotty thunderstorms out there. We'll show you those in just a moment. 8 o'clock, 70 degrees. 80 at noon, 85 at 5 o'clock. Again, tomorrow morning could be some patchy areas of fog around sunrise or shortly thereafter, and a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Speaking of the spotty evening storms, we can check those out on Live Doppler 2 HD. They're happening right now up in Mercer, Auglaize County. Had some rain around Sidney and parts of Shelby County earlier this afternoon, but you can see Doppler estimates here of anywhere from 2 to 3 inches just north of Salina along 127, and even some of that heavier rain now anywhere from about a ½ inch to an inch developing around Salina and points south of there. Also about 1.5 inches of rain over into the western part of Auglaize County. And then there is some minor flooding that's occurring up in Mercer County, so watch out for some high water, especially north of Salina where that heavier rain fell at 2 to 3 inch amount this afternoon, early evening, and that flood advisory is in effect until 8 o'clock. So again, any standing water on the roads, turn around, don't drive through it. Finally, we're going to get a taste of some fall weather next week. We'll get back to a drier weather pattern, a cooler one too, so we can look forward to that. Here's your forecast for Rio on Friday. Looks like 78, mostly sunny skies and a light southeast wind there at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll find highs tomorrow back up into the middle 80s with partly sunny skies, another warm, humid day. Probably feeling more like upper 80s to near 90 by later in the day. 84 at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you can see that heat index, combination of the temperature and the humidity, will feel like about 91 degrees into the late afternoon, early evening before those numbers go down again tomorrow night. As we look to the northwest, you can see some anvils there on the western horizon, the northwest horizon from the Troy Stouter Center camera. No rain threatening Troy right now, but some buildups showing up on the SVG Chevrolet camera north of Greenville, and you can see that dark sky with the heavy rain that's been falling up through Mercer County. So it's dry here across Montgomery County at this time, but as we head northward here, you can see the heavier rains coming down now around Fort Recovery, heading over towards St. Henry. Salina picking up some decent rain, so this will continue to swing across the southern part of Mercer County. Very slow movement. That's why we're getting some of that heavy rain, and also some of these cells going over the same areas, so that's a training effect which adds to those rainfall totals. So there are some flash flood warnings in effect over northern Indiana. We're at 83, a west wind at 9 miles an hour. Weather check readings tonight, low to mid 80s. Tom Wyckoff, Springfield, 84 degrees. Don Chateau and Sidney picked up another ½ inch of rain today, 84 up there. And then by 9 o'clock, looks like most of that rain dies out. Should generally stay dry tonight. And then tomorrow looks mostly dry too, with that chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. And then a quiet weather pattern tomorrow night, and then Saturday, active weather developing later in the day. Tonight, partly cloudy, a couple of spotty evening showers and thunderstorms, some patchy fog late night, lows upper 60s. Warm and humid tomorrow, slight chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, will be up to 86 degrees. 76 at 10 o'clock, 80 at noon, up into the mid 80s at 4 o'clock. And the Storm Team 2 7-day forecast, a chance of some rain becoming more likely late in the day Saturday, high 85, 77 on Sunday, maybe an early morning shower before sunrise. And then here comes some nice early fall air. We'll see highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s, a lot of sunshine for the early part of next week as summer is definitely winding down.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, Brian, thanks.